you have to be constantly clearing yourself of other people's energy and other people's limiting beliefs and disbelief and the patterns that will really hold you back from living your life, and the energies, the thoughts. Like, okay, we'll go deeper. I'm here with Arlo right now. I might regret having him in the video right here because he's in a mood. It's our first night sleeping in this van here in Europe. We're in Spain right now, right outside Madrid, and Arlo wants to go play. He's like, what on earth have you done to our life? No, I know he's gonna love it. Last night, so comfortable, so comfortable. The bed that I got is so comfortable. Can I say it one more time? So comfortable. Okay, my back has been hurting because of all the Airbnb beds and everything I've been sleeping on here in Europe. I've been here since November 1st, so over 3 months now. The beds just have not been comfortable at all, especially my one in Switzerland. And so I got one of these really nice memory foam mattresses in IKEA, and I cut it to fit the bed here, or bed shape here. And Arlo slept with me for like a little bit, but then he jumped off the bed and it's too high for him right now, so I need to install like a thing that's gonna go like this, and then I hope to have like little legs so that he can jump up and down from the bed. So he just slept on this little couch right here, and that worked too. But I like to cuddle with my babe. So anyway, that's the update here. And so yesterday I uploaded a video that was like a great message, but at the end I literally turned around and I was like, and I installed the shower curtain, and as I did that it fell, which was just wild. I was falling asleep. I was like, wow, that was weird. Okay, Arlo, we're gonna play with this later. This is what I mean, I might regret, because he always makes a scene whenever the camera's going, because he's like, I want your attention, Mom. He's so cute. And so he's pawing my back right now. Okay, we'll get into it. So when the message I had yesterday, it came to me on my drive. I just kind of sat in silence the whole time. I've been having the feeling like sometimes we go through phases where we're ready to absorb, right? Podcasts, books, conversations, like all that. But then I think that, and actually this goes hand in hand with the message, I think it's really important too, if you're feeling the call, Arlo, don't scratch my back like that. To be quiet and to just recenter and kind of like peel off all the layers of everyone else's stuff and just find where you are in the midst of everything. I think that that's really important, to acknowledge that and to listen to that. And like, for example, going on like a 3 or 4 hour, Arlo, no more, sit, no more. If you're going on a longer drive like that, then like if you want to sit in silence, sit in silence. And, okay, how about I just pet you? Does that work? Does that suit your needs? And so in that, I was just like, if I didn't do this, if I didn't have this practice of this, but also of intentionally at nighttime and in the morning saying, whatever energy is not for my highest good, I command that it be cleared now and sent to the highest truth. And I say I cut all cords of attachment and heal it on both ends, send all the energy back to whoever it came from. And having that practice of doing that all the time allows you to be clear of things, because I've been noticing more and more recently, as like I've been developing my spiritual gifts, psychic abilities. We all have the ability to be psychic, but for me it's been like wild, because I will actually, like, I went to IKEA the other day when I was picking out stuff for the van, and when I was in here at night kind of unpacking and everything, oh, I'm sorry, I need to pet. No, sit. I was almost like hearing those, this sounds weird, but hearing those people's conversations, it was like I was still attached to them. And I don't really speak French and I barely speak Spanish, and I was like hearing their full-on conversations in Spanish and French. It was like I was still energetically connected to them. And so that's more of like an extreme example, but like say you're at a restaurant. I've used this example before, and the waitress is going through like a really hard time. They're going through a breakup or whatever, they're dealing with mental health things. You're drinking your coffee at the restaurant, and all of a sudden you start having these like darker, sadder thoughts, and you're like, oh, I remember my breakup, or like, wow, like life is hard, or whatever it is. That's not even your thoughts. You might just be picking up someone else's thoughts. And so I've had these periods of time recently where I'm like in more isolation, like secludedness, like in really beautiful, more remote places. And then I've had the experiences of being like in more busy places like Florence and Rome or IKEA. And so I've been able to compare, and like just by being around those people, especially if you're an empath, but not only if you're an empath, you will pick up on other people's stuff. And it's like we only have this one brain, this one area to like receive information. And so often and so easily we can think that what we're picking up is our stuff. We can think that that's our thoughts like that. And then if we're not aware that we're picking up stuff that's not ours, and then that's running in our mind, those thoughts, those words, we then make decisions based off of that. We then speak based off of that. We then like create a life based off of that. And so if you're not aware of this topic or this conversation, then your life up until this point might have been being directed at least partially from other people's stuff, especially stuff that we're more sensitive to, like our parents, right? Our family, our friends, the opinions and thoughts of those people. And that's why it's like you really do become a product of the 5 people you spend the most time with, because we sync to each other. We're all from one consciousness, right? It's so easy to sync to each other. And so it's a beautiful thing. It can be such a gift. Like, people who do psychic readings, healers, people who are able to connect like that, it's because they've become aware of that gift and been able to strengthen it and identify the differences of like what's theirs and what's other people's, and then to communicate that forward. So it really just comes down to, practicing awareness, finding yourself. What does that mean? Finding yourself, becoming the witnesser of all things, going into meditation, into mindfulness, finding that nothingness that we are, that everythingness that we are, and being in that and feeling what's true, finding what's true to you, the truth of who you are, finding what that feels like, that expansiveness, that infiniteness, that unconditional love, that infinite abundance, that infinite possibility, finding that expansiveness within you, and then observing the constriction, the lack, the disbelief, all the things, right, that have been put on us. And it's not like the people that are putting it on us are intentionally doing it. It's that we have come here to earth to experience these things, so that we can remember who we are. And that's really been my path, and a lot of what I intend to share and bring awareness to on this channel is just how can we remember who we are, to set ourselves free and to choose and create the life that we want, to get everything that we want. I joke about this, and I had a podcast with this title, and it's like, I get what I want because that was always something that as a kid, my mom, my siblings hated it, but I would always get what I want because I realized we can get what we want. Like, it's not a bad thing to get what you want. I've even had people comment on here, like, be careful talking about this whole get what you want thing. Why? What? We're here on this magical planet having a human experience as an infinite being. Who taught you and taught us that we can't get what we want, that it's bad to get what we want, to live the life that we want? That's the the issue, that's the problem. That's what we need to bring awareness to. When you get what you want from a soul-aligned place, what you truly want, you are bringing light to this world. Whether you know it or not, it's not like you have to go forward and preach the messages of the truth. Like, no, if you're living in your truth, every single person you come in contact with, you are going to help them wake up, help them start getting what they want, wake something up within them. It's an energetic exchange. You know, you're at that same restaurant. If you're living in your truth and you're not susceptible to taking on other people's energy, you living in your truth could make that waitress having a bad day, could make her kind of remember, her or him remember the truth of who they are, so that they can get through whatever they're getting through and start living a life that they want, right? So you get to be the light and bring the light. And so it's a good thing when you get what you want. It's a really, really good thing when you get what you want. You know, I was just reading this in a book. I think it was still Transurfing. We're still on Transurfing. Great book, incredible book. Really gave me such a foundation for quantum physics and understanding the quantum field and choosing what we want and creating a reality that we want. But it was talking about like service and being in service to others, right? It's not, if it's not truly what your soul wants, like you're just like, I need to go to this soup kitchen and like I need to do good, then it's like you're doing it for someone else. You're living someone else's life path. Like you're trying to do the right thing because you think that it's right, but your service to the world could look different, right? So instead of just always trying to do the right thing, because that's what we're taught to do, that's what we're picking up from everyone else. We got to do the right thing. We got to not get what we want. We got to, no, if you follow your path and you do what your soul wants, you will help the planet. Some of the people that I watch on YouTube, like they're not preaching about the truth. They're not educating on whatever. They're just living in their truth, you know? I follow some like Christians. I just love watching her bake and make sourdough and like live with her family, and like I feel good. I feel lit up when I watch her. I love watching some van lifers, some sailors, like because they're living in their truth. They're interacting with each other in their truth. They're being authentic. Authenticity is the #1 thing that has been shown to expand others. You expand others when you are in your authenticity and they come in contact with you. There are different energies that can either like neutralize someone's energy or expand. And so you can be an expander for others by being in your truth, by following what you want, by getting what you want, and by choosing not to be so, stop whining, you're such a baby. By choosing to become aware of what's yours and what's theirs and identifying that, and no longer making decisions and choices and creating a life from a place of picking up other people's stuff by living on other people's thoughts and beliefs and accepting them as your own. Find your truth, follow your truth, get what you want, be who you are, be in your authenticity, and create a life from there, and you will make the world a better place, and you will have such a wonderful, beautiful human experience. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that was the message. That was the message. All right, we're gonna get on the road here. We're gonna go to Lisbon and go meet my brother and have a wonderful time in Lisbon, I'm sure, and then go explore Portugal after that. All right, Lobo, you sit. You big baby, sit and say goodbye. Sit, sit. Okay. We will see you in tomorrow's video. If you're new here, please give this a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment if you had an experience and you want to share, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.